Hi, book fans, and welcome to another suddenlycomics.com video. It's a Monday night, so it's the price variance, and it is our monthly look at the Key Collector Trending 20 comics. It's an interesting week to do it because we had a big announcement from James Gunn, who's obviously now settled into his new role as joint CEO, whatever he is, of DC movies and media and stuff. And he made an announcement about probably what he would call his phase one, or the majority of his phase one. So the first sort of third of it was what was already cooking when he arrived that he hasn't cancelled. So, Flash, Aquaman. What else we got, Alan? I've forgotten.
Um,
The
Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle, yeah, the second Batman film. Yeah, all those things are still happening. But then he announced some stuff he's going to do new, and quite a lot of this trending 20 list is affected by that. We saw it. We did the top 10 over on Alan's channel. So you need to go and watch that and see what we think about those. And we're going to do the second 20 of the trending 20 list here and now. So we're going to switch over and share my screen so we can see the trending 20. So these were the ones we looked at on Alan's channel. And the first one we are going to discuss here is Stormwatch 4, which I think is related to
Creature Command. Not the Authority. Sorry.
The Authority, which was one of the things that James Gunn announced is he's going to do a thing based on it was a Warren Ellis title called The Authority.
Yeah.
So this is obviously the appearance of a couple of the characters in The Authority, one named Apollo and one named Midnighter.
Cool cover.
Yeah, it's a nice looking cover. Yeah. I don't know if that's the two characters that get introduced. I mean, this guy looks like he could be called Midnighter.
Yeah, because he's all black.
And this guy looks like he could be called Apollo, but yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? So these are like sort of unknown characters. That's, it's sort of like I always feel like the Guardians of Galaxy kind of situation when I see these kind of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are these characters that will have that effect where we'll all of a sudden be like they're all household names, everybody loves Rocket Raccoon and Groot and all those kind of characters? Or are these a flash in the pan? Nobody is going to remember them. They're not going to make it a what is it going to be? And that's we don't is it a TV series or is it a movie, The Authority?
I can't remember what he said.
I think it's
I think it's
I
TV.
thought it was I thought it was a series.
Yeah, I think it's a series. Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like it's going to be kind of like you said it before, like The Boys.
Yeah. 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 Sort of gritty, sort of down to earth, violent type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my jury's out on this. I like
Mhm.
Warren Ellis, so it depends how much they're following Warren Ellis's script and whether he's going to actually be involved in the scripting for the show. I hope he is. Yeah.
So is this a dollar bin book too? Like currently?
Not quite. This goes from high grade raws of 40, so it's not really a dollar bin book.
Okay, so but I never heard of these characters before. Have you?
No, I've never heard of them neither.
Yeah. So
Go out and buy this? I'm not sure. Not now. I'm not. No.
not now is like the worst time.
Yeah, maybe in 6 months when the hype has settled down, but definitely not now. This is the worst. Yes, as you said, the worst time to buy it.
Yeah.
Again, this is
Always.
end of the 90s, 1998.
Yeah. Yeah. It could be heavily printed.
Yeah. Okay, now we've got. Well, I'm not sure why this is here. Next up, we've got
This is a Nihilus.
Fantastic Four Annual 6. Yes, the first appearance of Annihilus, ruler of the negative zone. I've got two copies of this, Alan.
Oh wow.
First appearance of Franklin Richard as an unnamed infant. considered by
Mhm.
Marvel to be the most powerful mutant in the Marvel universe. Okay, introduction of the Cosmic Control Rod, a weapon used by Annihilus that manipulates matter. 700% increase in copies sold for no recognizable reason, as far as I can see.
Um, from what I heard, Annihilus could play a role in the next Fantastic Four, or
Okay.
in maybe Guardians of the not Guardians of the Galaxy. What's it called? Eternals 2.
Okay. Yeah.
One of those two movies.
All right. So there's some sort of rumor out there that Annihilus is going to make an appearance, is there?
Yeah. So I think that's what the spec is. And so Niles is one of those kind of characters that's always been sort of semi-popular. I almost consider him as a second tier Mephisto. Like
Well,
he's
if you
going to
can't
be
have
in movies.
Mephisto, you can have Annihilus. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I sort of see it as that kind of level. Yeah, there is a Fantastic Four movie coming out soon. I think next year, right?
Yeah. I think it's next year. Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. So I think that's what the spec is there.
Well, anyway, I'm perfectly happy for this to be on this list because I
Me
say,
too, because I collected this book, so this
yeah,
is a collect for me.
yeah, yeah. So that's very good. This is definitely a collect. You know, I'm a Fantastic Four collector, so
Mhm.
the annuals are a really good group. I think this is the third most expensive annual. Actually, I think annual 1 and 2, and then annual 6 in terms of value.
Yeah.
Because of the first appearance of Annihilus.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
it's a,
they've got another fun one down here, Alan. You and I both.
so I think again this is a James Gunn effect. This is Wonder Woman 1.
Yeah,
Nice George Perez cover. I always love this cover
it's a
actually.
brilliant cover.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. Obviously this is based on maybe the wrong thing in a strange way. Um, so James Gunn, he made an announcement that there's going to be a Paradise Island
Oh yeah, so
storyline.
there's going to be a sort of uh,
So it's not Wonder Woman that people are
it's a
specking
Game
on.
of Thrones thing set in
Yeah.
Wonder Woman land.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, what people are specking on is not Wonder Woman. I think they're specking on the secondary characters.
Yeah, yeah,
So in this book they announced, it kind of shows Paradise Island fairly, as the dominant thing. So it introduces a lot of characters, I believe. Like you
yeah.
might,
So it's first appearance of Philippus, an Amazonian captain. First
yeah.
appearance of Isla, an Amazon warrior, and a reintroduction of Ares and Hippolyta.
Mhm.
Origin of Hippolyta and Antiope. Yeah. So
So
yes.
my concern with it is that it is going to be Games of Thrones, but it's not going to have Wonder Woman in it. I
No,
have a feeling it's not
yes,
going
I
to have,
think you might be right. Yeah.
which is kind of weird. A Wonder Woman story without Wonder Woman.
Is it going
Uh,
to be pre Wonder Woman though? You know, is it going to
no,
be?
it's not. I doubt it's going to be pre Wonder Woman. I doubt that, but it's going to be like, Paradise Island has its own history, right?
Yeah. So why is she not there? Or if there's issues, why doesn't you'd have to explain why if Wonder Woman's around somewhere, why she's not getting involved?
Or yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I just the way it was sort of announced, like it wasn't announced where there's Wonder Woman kind of being mentioned.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's going to be maybe a pre Wonder Woman, as you said, or just maybe Wonder Woman's off in our world and this they're sort of doing their own thing. I don't
I
know.
mean, in my view, this should be in everybody's collection, regardless of this.
Oh yeah.
This is a fantastic. I think it's a hugely underrated key. Look here, Hyrule grades at $25 is ridiculous. This
Yeah.
should be.
I mean this book has really fallen, by the way. It's a good time to pick this book up
Yeah,
because uh during, like, just before Wonder Woman 2 came out, the book had gone up like $200-300 for a high grade, right?
Yeah.
And it just tanked after the result of that movie. So I think this is a great book to pick up.
Yeah. So this is a definite collect now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good timing for it.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Next up, another age-old classic. And I got 2 copies of this one as well. I'm doing well on this list. I'm doing better on the second 10 than I did on the first 10. Okay, Vengeance of Bane, number 1.
I'm not sure. Is that maybe related to the second Batman movie?
I think it might be. So, first appearance and the origin of Bane. It doesn't say why it's on the list.
There's also
There
one
are
other
rumors about Bane though. Yeah.
Yeah, also there's a recent, One Bad Day series that they're doing right now where they're looking at each character.
Yeah.
And there was a Bane one that came out
Oh,
recently.
okay. All right.
So maybe it kind of brought people back to getting his first appearance.
And we've got Bane's daughter around as well, haven't we?
Yeah, that's right. That's another book that I think is actually a good one to pick up right now because it's come down a lot on price.
Okay.
It's a new book though.
Yeah, it is. Bane's daughter one is.
But there's there's a variant copy for it that has her on the cover. And that's the one I would pick up if you're gonna pick it up.
Okay. Yeah, so definitely a collect for me, Batman Vengeance of Bane.
Yeah, it's a classic book.
It is, yeah. I think it was a one-off, wasn't it? It's just a
yeah.
Yeah. So definite collect. Okay. What the hell is this? Tomb Raider Witchblade, number 1. You're bound to have this, Alan, because it's got two sexy women on the cover.
I think I do have it. But I'm not sure why it's on the list. You got me on why it's on the list.
Why is it? First appearance of Lara Croft, Tomb Raider in comic books. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Adapted.
I got to check if I have this book.
From the 1996 video game Tomb Raider. How odd that she did the first appearance was with Witchblade. Okay.
Yeah, I would have thought she had her own solo.
Right. January 2023, Amazon developing a TV series with writer attached. They're developing a Tomb Raider series.
Oh, nice. Okay, if I don't have this book, I'll probably pick it up, but I think I might have it.
Yeah, I mean,
is it a J. Scott Campbell cover?
It doesn't say.
Kind of looks like his style. That's why.
It does a bit, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm just trying to look. I don't think it is. It does have some sort of signature on it, but I can't. I don't think it is a J. Scott Campbell.
It kind of looks a little Gen 13 like.
But yeah, I think I might try and find this one.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like I mean, just for the nostalgia's sake of Tomb Raider, right?
Yeah.
I actually played Tomb Raider back in the day. Yeah. I even had the special mod that you could get for it where you'd make her nude. It's pretty awesome. It was Nude Raider. Yeah, I always do this on your channel, so that's always good.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about your logo before we finish. Right. Oh, we've got another East flipping Batmans.
Oh, this is Professor Pig's.
Oh, yes, it is. Yeah. This is 2 of them. So this Batman 666 standalone story set 15 years into the future, featuring Damian Wayne as Batman. First cameo and only appearance of Professor Pig, deceased in one panel. Pig is later reintroduced with a different design and character profile. First cameo appearance of Flamingo, briefly in one last episode. I quite like the cover of this, and obviously it's 666.
Yeah, no, it's a cool cover. It's like very satanic looking.
Yeah.
They really go heavy into the 666 part.
So I'd quite like this one actually.
Yeah, I have this book. I think it was a hot book even when it came out.
Yeah. Yeah, $40. I'm at the London Comic Mart tomorrow. I might look to see if anybody's got a reasonably priced copy of that.
Yeah, I think $40 sounds a little low, just so you
Yeah.
know.
Okay, thanks. I would like that. I am a Batman collector. I haven't got that one, and I do think it's a bit cool.
It's a cool cover, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a collect for me. Right, I have got this one for some reason. This next one.
Brave and the Bold one,
No,
or
Batman
Batman
and
and
Robin.
Robin. Batman and Robin, yeah, yeah.
Again,
Sorry.
this is first appearance of. How can we have two? Oh, it's the cameo of him above. The first appearance of Professor Pig, a deranged surgeon that makes people into Dolotrons.
Mm-hmm. And what year is this one?
This is 2009. It's actually quite a
Um,
nice cover. I think I might. Yeah,
I think I have it, but I'm not sure.
I think I've got two of these. It's Grant Morrison again.
Oh, okay.
The Professor Pig sounds like a Grant Morrison type thing.
See, I told you there was a couple Grant Morrisons.
Yeah. Yeah, but Professor Pig, I'm not sure. We're not. Where we're going to get him?
Well, no, I think it's not really about him. It's more about Damian, you know,
Okay.
Batman,
Yeah.
Damian Wayne. Yeah.
Okay. Then we've got one of my favorite comics of all time.
This is a collect right off the bat. Just,
We don't need to have any discussion about this one. I've got about.
but yeah, I'm super excited that they're going to make a Swamp Thing movie.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So when he said we're going to do Gods and Monsters, I thought, oh yeah. And then of course, if you're going to do Gods and Monsters, you've got to have Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
They're going to do it right.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be like, Swamp Thing actually is a very good story if you just do one movie about it. You don't have to make a series. You can do a series as well. That'd be great. But you can do one movie and do the typical origin story movie. And I think that makes a very good movie.
Yeah.
So I definitely see this one as being a great book. I actually have 2 copies of it.
Yeah, I've got.
See, oh, you have 3. Okay, good for you.
This is just one of those comics. I had one which I bought ages ago, and I got slabbed.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, it's a great book.
And then I was on a Whatnot auction, and somebody had a signed one by Len Wein.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Oh yeah, that's right. You have a signed copy of it.
I have a signed by Len Wein, but I haven't got one signed by Bernie Wrightson, which. And then I bought another one as well. So
this is kind of the book that you'd want to get that double sign because it's like a legendary writer, legendary artist. It's just like, so yeah. But yeah, I love this book. It's actually gone down a little bit from its peak too. So it's not a bad time.
It's going to go back, isn't it? If we get.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll take a bit of time, and it's right at the end, I think, of each phase 1, isn't it? So it's going to be end of 2025, 2026 before we see the film.
Yeah. And this is a book that long-term spec is always good for it. It's like, it's a good book. It's one that everyone will want at some point or other.
Yeah.
This next book is trash, though, I can tell.
It's facsimile. You don't.
Oh, is it the facsimile version?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
that is trash. That is trash.
Well, I know you don't like facsimiles. Yeah, it's
like the problem is DC is doing the following. Every so many years, they come out with a new facsimile.
Yeah, they do.
It's like,
mind you, Marvel.
So it's not really a facsimile; it's a reprint of a facsimile. It's like the worst.
Yeah, but Marvel do it. How many facsimiles of Amazing Fantasy 15 have Marvel done?
Oh yeah, but I mean, it gets a little bit much after a while.
Yeah.
And you know what? The thing that really bothers me about these facsimiles is you'll get some idiot on eBay. They'll beat them up. They'll kind of rough them up and say, "Oh, look, it's Detective Comics 27. It's the real thing."
Yeah. Well, if you're idiotic enough to fall for it, yeah. So you'd have to ignore the fact that it got a barcode Because
Yeah,
I don't think barcodes have been invented.
no, barcodes is from 1979.
Yeah, so yeah, you'd have to be a bit idiotic to fall for it.
Yeah, but I never, I never doubt the ability for people to be idiotic. So,
No, that's true. That's true. That's very true. I actually quite like these facsimiles, and I do.
well, I picked up a copy of it, to tell
Yeah.
you the truth. So, I picked it up just so that I could read it.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
have that kind of like experience, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But I'm
Uh,
not going to collect it. No way.
oh, look, it's another fact.
Another facsimile.
I know I've got a facsimile of that one already from about 19. The facsimile I've got is about worth about $30 or $40. The one I've got.
Actually, I've seen it higher than that. I've seen it like 100
Yeah,
plus,
it's from the 1970,
like 70 something.
yeah,
Yeah.
1978 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I that's one thing that I think is a bad thing about facsimiles. That's why I would never invest in them. Is what ends up happening is because there's multi layers of facsimiles, right?
Yeah.
What is it's diluting the market in a way. So even though it's basically like people are going to gravitate to the facsimile because they know that they can't afford the original. But
Yeah.
then you give them another, like, so then there's that market of people, right? And then you say, oh, well, wait, there's another facsimile now. So it's like, oh, that market is kind of diluted to across multiple facsimile options.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So and that's the problem. Like they can keep on doing that and make it more and more diluted. So I don't really see them as holding any value.
No,
That's
but
why,
I suppose doing it once every generation is okay. Do it once every 20 or 30 years so that each comic generation can afford to buy one to read it. That's okay, I suppose.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big. I'm just a comic snob, I guess. I just never liked facsimiles,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I did pick them up, and maybe you can double your money on it.
And finally, I have no idea what this is. DC's Harley Quinn Romances #1.
Oh,
Variant cover art by Elizabeth Talk, new out this week.
let make it like big, and we'll take a look at it.
Oh, okay.
Is it some gay thing?
I don't know. Well, that doesn't look like Harley Quinn to me. I don't see
Yeah, it looks very
that looks
gay.
like a bloke to me.
Yeah, so it kind of has that like Roman, like Fabio kind of look to it.
Yeah.
So
Eight
I think I actually
stories.
saw this book and like passed when I saw that it was kind of gayish. Sorry,
8 stories of
nothing wrong with that,
Italian
but
romance, prodigious passion, and undulating, unbridled affection. Yeah.
ugh.
It's
Yeah,
if Batman was just to pick that guy up and hold him, it looked quite like your logo.
oh, thank you. You really don't like my logo. Are you one of the people that negatively commented on my logo? Um, so yeah, so my logo, it's kind of funny. I didn't design the logo.
No,
It was fan created.
yeah,
So and I thought it was like better than like just using like the logo that I had. Like I didn't have a logo, to tell you the truth. So, I figured, hey, let's have a logo. You have a logo. You have your Suddenly Comics logo.
yeah, I do.
So yeah, so I needed a logo to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah,
But this is not my thing. This I don't. Yeah, I actually picked up this book. I picked it up with the girl cover, like one of the Harley Quinn covers.
so you've got this, but you've got a variant.
Yeah, I might even have it right next to me. Do I have it? One sec here. Do I have it handy? No, I don't have it.
You don't have it. Okay.
No, I mean not handy. That's what I mean. I have it, but not handy.
I mean, it's got a cover price of $10.
I know. It was a thick book. It's like a square bound.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll give this one a miss.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what are they saying? Like, is it?
Well, they're saying it's the 1 in 25 variant by Elizabeth Talk.
That's all it's going for it. So, and what is it already up ratio or anything? Or
Where it's about at ratio, so it's saying high grade raw $30, which 1 to 25 is
yeah,
usually a pound a point, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, and so really, at the end of the day, with all these ratio variants, it's how great is the cover,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and is this a great cover?
No, I
It
mean I
probably has
wouldn't.
like
I
it's
do
not
now the
to us.
previews. I do the pre-orders, and I just go through and pick the covers I think could look really good looking. And
Yeah,
this one passed me.
that wouldn't be it.
No.
So, do we really need another gay Batman?
Well, we haven't got enough, Alan.
We haven't done enough. We can always do more. We can make everybody gay. Yeah. So I don't know. To me, it's not something I'm interested in. Like I can see that there's probably some niche market that might like it, but it's not my market.
It's not
You know,
you.
the funny thing is, it's a gay cover, but the typical romance book is a woman thing. So this is not appealing to gay men either. In terms of the style that they usually like.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a miss on both ends, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Um, Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We have to
But I
do a
wouldn't.
survey of
I
gay
never
men.
pick these things like these variant covers. I wait because you could sometimes get them really cheap.
Oh
About
yeah, yeah. You
three to
wait like
four
a few
months.
months.
Wait 3 to
Yeah.
4 months, and you probably pick this up for $5.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've been picking up a lot of variant covers that
Yeah.
I just think are great covers, but I picked them up for $5 each.
Yeah.
And it's
Exactly.
still like 1 in 20 variants or something,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I did spend a lot of money on one variant cover. Actually here. I'll show you one variant cover I spent a lot of money on.
No,
This is a surprise thing for your channel. One sec here. This is a bonus for Mark's channel. So if you've watched all this way and you watch Mark's channel, this is the bonus variant cover that I bought that I thought was a brilliant cover. My favorite cover of 2022.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's
Yeah, isn't that great? I love this
yeah,
cover.
yeah, that is a good cover.
And actually, there was a lot of people that complained because they originally it was a wine glass, right? And wine inside or alcohol.
Yeah,
inside.
yeah.
But actually, I think they made the right choice switching it because the milk is very cat-like. I actually like that cat-like element to it where she's drinking a glass of milk. I think that's really cool. So I really like this cover. It was my favorite cover of 2022. So yeah.
Very good.
So yeah, so I do buy variants, and I waited on this one, just like everything else. Originally, it was going for about 300. I got it for 100.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's but I think it's a great cover.
Yeah, no, I agree. You won't lose on that now. I mean, if you
yeah.
300, you've lost, but if you
Yeah,
wait,
yeah.
it's all these variant covers, just wait,
Yeah.
and you'll find them a lot cheaper.
Yeah, yeah.
And if
But I
they
actually
and what
just
you the other thing is buy the really good ones.
Yeah.
Buy the eye candy ones, the ones that look really
Yeah.
good because they
the
will
iconic
over time
ones. Yeah.
hold, once they've peaked and come back down, then's the time to buy, and they'll be a good long-term investment.
Yeah. One other thing I'd like to mention to your audience, because it's your audience, is that you put out a good video about how price variance, or not price variance, but variance, really saved the comic market. And
Yeah,
I think that was a really good video that people should watch. So yeah.
Thank you, Alan. Yeah, I mean, it came about. So one of the guys on one of the talk shows was in. Just said it just randomly. I said variant covers sold well on my. So,
yeah.
And he randomly said, "Oh, variant covers save the comic industry." None of us responded or picked anything up and said anything.
Mm-hmm.
But it stuck in my mind, and I thought, then I went to check Comicron, and if you think about the amount of money that's coming into the comic industry because of variant covers, I'm sure it's one of the reasons it's still going.
Yeah. Did you see my comment about your video?
Yes, I think I did. What did you say?
I was basically saying that what I noticed with the variant covers is they actually gave the small guys, like the local comic shops, the comic
Oh yeah,
toms, all
yeah,
these kind of people, a
yeah,
piece of the action.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's a really, really smart business thing where
yeah,
you can get more people involved in your business and
yeah.
that are reselling your variants that, or creating their own variants. That, and that's great for collectors too.
Yeah,
Collectors
well, that's
love
what I said.
finding those
It's good for
pure,
the secondary market as well as the primary market. So,
yeah,
because
yeah. So
the secondary market for comics has always been then. It's comic collecting is that, is about a secondary market, and you've got to
yeah,
have the strength in the secondary market for the primary market to exist. So,
yeah,
it strengthens both. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I'm not sure if you know how those work, like those exclusives. You
Well,
pay like $10,000, ten to $20,000. They
right.
give you a certain number of covers, comics that they print, and then you put your covers on them. So you can basically get your
But
little
they have
run
to
of comics.
approve the cover, don't they? You have to send.
I
Yeah,
think so. I think so. You have to submit it, but the point is, you, you have a fixed cost, and you can then say, okay, well, okay, I got a 500 of these or whatever number of them, and then you just say, okay, it cost me roughly $20 a book. I sell it at $100 a book or whatever crazy price that they want. And I've seen some of these variants go for like $200-300 right out of the gate, right? It's like it's pretty crazy. So it's one of those things where I think it's giving really good opportunities to the little guys, and I kind of like that.
yeah, yeah. Me too.
So,
Me too.
and yeah, so
Yeah, it's
all
something.
interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a future video that we should do a thing on variants and stuff like that.
Okay. That's your lot. See you again soon. Cheers, Alan.
Okay, bye.